Released in 1988, Knight Rider for the NES took inspiration from the popular 1980s TV series, which starred David Hasselhoff as Michael Knight, a lone crime fighter with a talking supercar named KITT, Knight Industries 2000. Published by Acclaim Entertainment and developed by Pack-In-Video, Knight Rider aimed to bring the show's high-speed action and technological intrigue to home consoles. While the game diverged from typical racing games of the era, it had unique gameplay mechanics and an engaging sense of adventure that appealed to fans of the show. Acclaim Entertainment acquired the rights to develop an NES game based on Knight Rider in the late 1980s, around the time the series was a major pop culture phenomenon. As one of the first games to focus on vehicular action, developers faced the challenge of combining elements from the show with the limited NES hardware capabilities. Pack-In-Video opted to create a mission-based game that involved driving and combat, rather than a simple racing game, which helped bring some of the spirit of the TV series to the NES console. By focusing on mission-based gameplay, Knight Rider captured more of the show's essence, allowing players to take on the role of Michael Knight while maneuvering KITT to battle criminals and thwart evil plans. The game received a mixed reception upon release, with praise for its inventive approach and criticism for its difficulty level. Despite this, it garnered a fan following, particularly among Knight Rider enthusiasts. The game follows a story similar to the TV series, with Michael Knight and KITT tasked with combating criminal organizations and stopping nefarious plans. The game takes place across various cities and locations, where KITT must race against time to stop criminals from executing their dangerous schemes. Each mission introduces a new enemy to confront, as well as obstacles and challenges to overcome along the way. The game's plot structure is straightforward and aligned with the episodic nature of the TV show, with each level representing a different mission Michael Knight must accomplish. The player progresses through different stages, each with its own objectives, gradually uncovering and dismantling the villainous plots across the country. Though the story itself isn't deep, it adds an immersive layer for fans of the show who get to experience an adventure with KITT and Michael Knight. The Knight Rider NES game takes a unique approach by combining elements of racing, vehicular combat, and mission-based progression. The game is played from a first-person perspective, allowing players to view the road from KITT's dashboard. This gives the gameplay a unique feel for an NES title, as it tries to simulate the experience of being behind the wheel of KITT. The HUD features information about speed, distance to the next destination, fuel, and health status, making the gameplay immersive. Unlike traditional racing games, Knight Rider consists of mission-based levels, where each mission requires players to drive to a specific location while dealing with enemy vehicles, road obstacles, and time limits. Missions include reaching checkpoints, taking down enemy vehicles, and ensuring KITT's durability remains intact by carefully avoiding damage. KITT isn't just a car, he's a high-tech vehicle equipped with advanced weaponry. Players can use weapons to destroy enemy vehicles that come their way. Managing KITT's ammo and avoiding damage is crucial for surviving each mission, adding a layer of strategy to the gameplay. The enemies range from typical cars to more heavily armored vehicles, all trying to prevent KITT from completing his mission. Each level comes with a time limit and a fuel gauge, which players must monitor carefully. Running out of fuel or failing to reach the checkpoint within the allotted time results in mission failure. Fuel can be replenished by picking up fuel icons scattered along the road, forcing players to balance speed with resource management. After each mission, players can upgrade KITT's health, fuel capacity, and other stats to prepare for more difficult missions ahead. This upgrade system allows players to customize KITT to their playstyle and adds depth to the game as they adapt to each mission's unique demands. While the Knight Rider TV show inspired a few games on other systems, the NES version remains the only adaptation for this console. The NES title was unique for its first-person driving perspective, a rarity among NES games. The Knight Rider NES game was ambitious for its time, with mission-based vehicular combat rather than standard racing. This mission-oriented design paved the way for later driving games that incorporated combat elements such as Twisted Metal and Spy Hunter. While limited in scope, the game captures the essence of Knight Rider by featuring elements that fans of the series would appreciate. Players control KITT, can utilize his onboard weapons, and follow Michael Knight's mission structure, all of which add authenticity to the gaming experience. The game is known for its challenging gameplay, with tight time limits, limited resources, and tough enemies. The difficulty level, while frustrating for some players, was designed to make the gameplay more engaging, as players needed to hone their driving and combat skills to progress. While the NES had limited graphical capabilities, Knight Rider pushed the boundaries by offering a first-person perspective. The dashboard view not only enhanced immersion, but also added a unique visual experience that made it stand out from other NES games of the era. Interestingly, Knight Rider on NES doesn't include any direct likeness or voice work from David Hasselhoff, who played Michael Knight in the series. However, the presence of KITT, his voice in the text-based cutscenes, and the core storyline brought enough of the show's atmosphere to satisfy fans. Upon its release, the game received mixed reviews. Critics praised it for its unique first-person perspective and for capturing the spirit of the show, while others felt the gameplay was repetitive and overly challenging. The game's difficulty level could be intimidating, and some fans struggled with the resource management elements, particularly the fuel gauge and strict time limits. Nonetheless, Knight Rider has gained a cult following among fans of both the show and retro gaming. Its ambitious approach, combined with the nostalgia factor, has kept it alive in the memories of gamers who grew up with the NES. It stands as an example of how game developers in the 8-bit era pushed technical boundaries to bring popular franchises to life on limited hardware. For fans of the TV series, it provided a rare chance to step into the role of Michael Knight and pilot KITT in a battle against crime. Though modest in scope by today's standards, Knight Rider holds a special place in the history of TV-based video games. Its ambitious design, challenging gameplay, and faithful adaptation of the TV series made it memorable for those who experienced it firsthand. It is a game that captures the excitement and adventure of the series, giving fans a chance to take control of KITT, battle foes, and embark on missions that feel like classic episodes of the beloved show. With its unique mission-based driving, combat mechanics, and immersive first-person perspective, Knight Rider for the NES is a nostalgic reminder of the creativity and experimentation that defined the early days of video gaming. It's a game that, for fans of retro gaming and the iconic TV series alike, offers a one-of-a-kind trip back to the action-packed world of Michael Knight and his incredible talking car.